What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to talk about the newest CBA proposal. It's on tsn.ca, and I think it's on NHL.com too. So if you want to look up to what it is, I'm just going to go through my big things. On it, 50-50 split of revenue is huge. I think that's a fair starting point for the NHL. I don't know why it took the owners this long to get to that point. Different story entirely. The term kind of upsets me. 6-year agreement with a mutual option for a 7th year. It should be a 10 or 12-year deal. I think they owe it to the fans to do that because we shouldn't have to go through a lockout every 6-7 years. I mean, unlike Major League Baseball, their play association, it doesn't. The owners of the play association don't work in conjunction for the betterment of the league as well as they should. I mean, the MLB obviously had the '94 World Series get canceled, but that's pretty much been it. We split the NHL. This is the third work stoppage in 18 years, so come on. Think about that. The cap accountability. I like the fact that teams trying to get to the cap floor can't factor in performance bonuses. They actually have to pay money, which I think is fair. To be honest with you, if you want to be an NHL owner, you want to be a big boy, one of the 30 teams, you got to pay. And I think, small market this, small market that. When you buy a team like the Phoenix Coyotes, the Florida Panthers, you're not buying the Montreal Canadiens or the Boston Bruins. Revenue is going to be at lower level, so you have to match it and take money out of your own pocket to field a competitive team and draw fans in because they're only going to go if your team's winning. Unlike in the traditional markets where and you got to know that. I mean, this is kind of like I remember Dan Gilbert, the Cleveland Cavaliers owner, having a connection with the Chris Paul, the Lakers trade that got vacated. Talking about teams are so great at the top, yeah, but the teams that are great at the top are in desirable markets. For the NBA, I mean, Los Angeles, Miami, Dallas. Oklahoma City's the exception with it. I mean, if you look at Oklahoma City, they have the pieces. The owners want to spend the money and surround their talented young studs and get a deal, get a great team going. But I mean, and you can't win in small markets. I mean, San Antonio in the NBA is a perfect example. But there's something to look at. The NHL is not proposing that current contracts be reduced, rewritten, or rolled back. Instead, the NHL's proposal retains all current player contracts at their current face value for the duration of their terms, subject to operation of the escrow mechanism in the same manner as it worked until the entire time. So, players aren't going to have their contracts cut, which is huge. The lockout, which reached one mark, already caused cancellation of 82 games from October 11th through the 24th, and they're going to play 82 games starting on November 2nd. Okay. I like it. I think this can work. I think maybe the play association got to meet them halfway with this. I think the owners, they beat around the bush for the last 6 months on it. But now that there's a deal here, it's up to the players to sign it, get camp started, get this going, put this in our rear view, and I still think Bettman should be out of a job because you can't have 3 work stoppages in 18 years. I know it's not all on him, but no other leagues had something like this. The NBA has to, but Stern shouldn't be working either. But that's a different story entirely. But like I said, get this thing done, get camp going sometime next week, and then get the games going November 2nd. I think you've already lost enough games. You're going to be competing with the NBA. Like I said, in the piece on Los Angeles, but we'll see how that shakes up. That's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the newest CBA proposal and my analysis of it. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the lockout, off season, and beyond. Later, guys.